Hi, and welcome to another episode of DX Engineering's Q&A Wednesday. I'm Mark, W8BBQ.
And I'm Rod, K8RR. And today we're at the DX Engineering Employee Club radio station, as it were. It's a cubicle with a radio. Thankfully, we do have an outdoor antenna. Today we're talking about...
split operation. And
what the heck is that?
Well, we get a lot of people asking us if their radio does split and how to work split, so we thought we might quickly cover that for you today. And split operation basically is just an operating station that is transmitting on one frequency and listening on another frequency or a range of frequencies. And there could be a few reasons why someone would want to work split. The operator could have if it was a DXPedition or a special event station, for example, you've got half the world trying to reach them at the same time. So if they work split, they can listen up the band a little bit, and it's easier for them to pick out.
Right, if you could imagine on the spectrum, a pileup of stations all trying to reach one station. If all of them are calling on the station's transmitting frequency, nobody's going to be able to hear them. Mm-hmm. So he will say, I'm working up 5,
right,
or some other designation, up 2 sometimes on CW.
So in that case, your goal is going to be to receive on the frequency, obviously, that he's transmitting on, and then to transmit on the frequency he's listening on.
So almost all of the transceivers have a split button, mm-hmm. And so you would turn on the split button.
Split.
Yes. When you're on a DX frequency and you hear him operating people, but you can't hear the other people,
right,
that's probably because he's on split.
Right.
When you hear the DX station operating and there's people calling him and he's never answering them, mm-hmm. then he's probably operating split.
Right.
And every now and then,
coming into that is one of the main cardinal rules of DXing, and same would apply to a special event station or something like that. But
if he says he's working split or he's listening up, then don't call him on his frequency.
But listen. That's what you have to do, more than trying to break the pile up, is listen at first. Listen, find out what's going on, see if you can catch a pattern that they're doing. Is he working only 5 up, or is he working 5 to 10 up? So listening's kind of the key. Figure out what's going on before you start. Be well behaved.
So on his frequency, let's say that the DX station is calling on 7130, and he's saying he's working up. The first thing to do would be to hit the split button to turn the split on, and then the split indicator shows up on the radio, or the split button lights up, and then we have to manipulate the other VFO to get up to that higher frequency that he's calling on. So we can switch over to the B. The split is worked one listening on A and transmitting on B. Mm-hmm. So we'll change over to B, and we'll go up to the frequency that he's listening on. In this case,
so the operator says up 5, and he's transmitting on 7.130. So that means he's listening at 7.135.
So we change the B to 135, and then we change the AB back to A, and now when we go to transmit, we're transmitting on 135, and we let go, and we're listening on 130. Mm-hmm. This will work on sideband. It works on CW.
Sure.
And so here's a little trick if we want to get to the CW band really quick, mm-hmm. because you just saw the spot, right? On this particular radio, and most radios that would have a keypad with band selection, you would press the band selection again, and then it goes automatically to the next band stacking register, and that happens to be, in this case, set on this one to CW. Mm-hmm. So let's do this again. The DX is calling CQDX on 7023,
and he's listening up 3,
and he says up 3, right? And that would put him listening up in the general class band where more people can answer. Mm-hmm. And so what do? right now we see that the BVFO is up on sideband. We got to
Right.
get it back down to CW, right?
Sure.
So we could switch to the BVFO and then dial it way down, or we could do it the easy way. We could press the AB button and hold it, and then it changes it to the frequency that we're on.
So now you only have to go up 3.
Now I hit it momentarily. I've switched this one to B. I go up 3. That was quicker. Switch this back to A. And now when we transmit with the key, of course, it goes into transmit and it switches up 3.
Right.
And then we let go and stop transmitting, and we're back to the receive
Yeah.
frequency.
So, and that's another advantage and another reason why some operators will use this, this split operating. On big DXPeditions or during contests, for example, they might actually be listening out of the US band.
That's
Or
correct.
transmitting, I'm sorry.
That-
They might be transmitting out of the US band,
Yeah.
but listening in the US band. And, a lot of times that'll be for various reasons, but one including it's just less noise, less QRM on their transmitting frequency.
There have been times when I would hear in a sideband contest, the DX station that's allowed to transmit down around 70-50 or 70-80. He's calling CQ contest,
Right.
or CQDX way down in our CW and digital band, and he says he's listening at 7265.
Right, exactly.
So we'll accommodate that by pressing and holding. Well, actually, we don't want to do that here. We'll switch to B, and then we'll dial up to 7265 so that we could set our B side VFO on where he's listening, and then go back to A, and we're listening to him on 7080. We answer him on 7265,
Which is within our band.
and where we're allowed to transmit on phone, and then let go, and we're back to listening because we're in the split mode.
So if you're new to this, just remember that split is basically just gives you more of an opportunity to work that rare DX station, or to make that contact in a contest, or work a special event station. It's a lot easier to should be a lot easier if you do it right, to get your contact.
Working the pileup would be moving your frequency around above and below the frequency where he's listening, so he can go find other stations that are more in the clear.
Right.
One more thing.
Yes.
When you call the DX station on his frequency and somebody says he's working up, or split, yeah, right, that means that you're not calling him on the right frequency and that you need to operate split.
Yes.
That'll do it from DX Engineering Q&A Wednesday. We'll see you next time.
73.